What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to be checking out this new 2025 Volkswagen Tiguan. This is the SEL R-Line, finished off in the Avocado Green with an MSRP at just $42,000. Honestly, this car has surprised me. Probably the best slow $40,000 crossover out there. I feel like you really get a lot for the money. So let's see what is powering this new car. The color combo is fantastic with the two-tone black on the roof. So pop in the hood, you're gonna get that 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. This is making 201 horsepower with 221 pound-feet of torque. We got an 8-speed automatic transmission as well as the 4Motion all-wheel drive system. This has a curb weight at 3,800 pounds. We got a 15.6 gallon fuel tank, and you can expect 22 in the city with 30 on the highway. Now for the overall styling, this is a really sweet looking car. I love the bold style to it. Dark housings for these LED headlights, and then the lighting. This whole thing will light up as well as the Volkswagen badge. Got the amber color to it as well. The R logo sitting in the grille up there. It looks really good. I love just the bold proportions. You're gonna see a massive gloss black front grille, forward facing camera, forward facing parking sensors, a little bit of silver trim down below, some openings, and then we have a nice trim piece with openings to allow some airflow throughout the tires. Really nice to style. Overall, I got the ambient lighting on the Volkswagen badge, and I like just how sleek all this is leading towards that hood. It just makes it look really tough. You're gonna see some sharp body lines throughout the upper portion, and then down below we can see the gloss black for the fender arch with a nice 20-inch wheel in a two-tone color. More sharp lines throughout it with that R badge underneath the side mirror. And then there's also sleek lines in the side area with a sharp line cutting above the rear tire. This is going to get body color door handles, the black mirror caps, turn signals, cameras, and then some silver trim for the upper portion of all the windows with blacked out design throughout it. We have aluminum colored roof rails with a panoramic sunroof. And then for the side profile, it has a really good proportion. It's not too big, it's not too small. Really good sleek lines making our way to the back. And I like how the silver trim piece kind of just divides the two-tone roof to the body color. We have an integrated spoiler up above with the wiper blade, and then these taillights look really cool. They'll all light up red. The logo will light up as well. Got all your badges, and then some more of this black trim with parking sensors, a little bit of plastic down below. But really good looking car overall. I don't think you can find a bad angle on it. For the key fob, just have this nice gloss black design, remote start, lock unlock, trunk release as well. Holding that, you can get a good idea of all the cargo space. So you got a pretty large trunk in here with a flat floor. You got storage all throughout the left side and in the right, and then opening this up, you're going to see a spare tire underneath. Now I love how you're going to get these grab handles to go ahead and pop those down. We got the privacy cover as well to get that hidden nicely, and then a grab handle with the button up above. Going into the interior, you can see how they're going to fold nice and flat, giving you a ton of space into the back cargo area. And then pulling these seats back up, this one has a pretty cool interior. You can see a lot of the ambient lighting and then the brown leather throughout it. With this quilted pattern, it looks really premium. Taking a look at the door panel, you do have some plastic up above, but then soft touch material all throughout it for the padded armrest, grab handle, your window control and release handle, and then on the seats, I like the piping as well. Now, if we pull down the center seat backrest, we have an armrest and cup holders. There's also heated seats, climate vents, a couple plugs, and some storage bins as well. You got a handle up here, that way you can easily close these too. And then making my way inside, sitting here at 5'11", I have a ton of legroom and footroom. Really good headroom as well. These seats themselves are pretty padded. They extend outwards to support your legs nicely. There's no extra recline, but I do fit here really comfortably. This is a really good family car. Grown-ups can fit here, car seats can fit here, so really can't complain with that. And then as far as the front seats now, you're gonna get a little bit more soft touch material. Got this nice faux stitching design, more of the stitching and piping, release handle, couple controls down below with your grab handle. And then both front seats have memory seating along with all the power controls. And then we have the black leather with all the brown leather throughout the center with that same really cool pattern throughout it. And then sitting inside now, foot on the brake, we can fire it up. Has a pretty cool look overall. I like the leather wrapped steering wheel with the perforations and the flat bottom style. We have controls on the right side for heated steering wheel. You can also configure the screen using this control. So you're gonna have a lot of different information that you can scroll through in each of these menus. So really can't complain with anything. It looks pretty nice and clean. Cruise control on the left with some volume controls. And then this center dial, not only is it volume, but if you tap this, you're into your drive modes as well as the style of the interior. So you can configure all this. You can see all the red, even this is ambient lit. You can go into all the different colors. You got the yellow and then even pink, which is a pretty bold style. In the minimal, you'll even get a full screen navigation system up on the car. Now, if you go into drive mode, you can also then use this to configure your different drive modes. You have a couple on-road ones, inclement weather ones as well. And then if we take a look behind the steering wheel, we have our drive select over on the right side. We have windshield wipers over on the left. Headlights are this toggle over here, and then we can see extra storage, the lighting, more of this brown leather, this nice light colored wood trim. Got one of your air vents, and then all this soft touch for the dash with heads-up display. So it looks really cool all throughout the dashboard. I kind of like how this and the screen are sunken in. It actually reminds me of a Rolls Royce, how they're just kind of sunken in with a square bezel. So it just looks really good. Got a 15-inch screen, and actually there's ambient lighting throughout this part as well. But 15-inch screen, it is huge for sure. There's a lot of information on it. You can even change a couple different menus, mix and match. And then over on the top, we have all sorts of different apps that you can go under and configure. We have your car icon where you can configure a couple different things. You have full screen nav, of course, audio control, the car indicator. And then if I go into reverse, you have a really good backup camera with a top-down view. Going into drive, got the forward view, and then back into park. Now, one drawback, the climate control is all down here. You have touch sensitive buttons for the temperature, which isn't too bad. You can easily sync it. We can easily do our heated and ventilated seats. To do fan speed, you have to tap that every single time to get into this menu. I don't know why modern cars have this as a trend. It's kind of annoying to have to tap something to then do the fan speed. You have a volume dial right here, which is a little redundant given you have 3 ways to do volume. I wish this was fan speed. Leave these 2. We don't need an extra volume dial. Other than that though, cool screen, got a lot going on. Got the massive air vents and then tons of storage all throughout the center. Wireless phone charging pad is right here. And then we have storage, a removable bin, and a nice padded armrest. Glove box has a pretty good size to it as well. And just one last look at this interior. I really do overall love this interior. Got the massive sunroof up above, and then these kind of slider panels. You just kind of wipe them with your finger to do the sunshade, and then same thing for...
The connection is being established. To cancel the call, please press the button again.
All right, well that was fun. But we have those, maybe I probably tapped one of those. So we have touch sensitive buttons there. Be careful when you're tapping these ones. Anyways, we also have a nice thin mirror, and that is it for the interior. Let's go for a spin. All right, so setting off now in the Volkswagen Tiguan. This has been a pretty cool vehicle to drive around all week long. So we're just in the comfort mode. I got the red ambient light design set up. It's pretty neat how obviously the screen and that screen are kind of backlit. The colors throughout that panel and the doors, and then the ambient lighting itself all gets to that nice color. So kind of fun to play with the drive modes, honestly. I didn't realize there were drive modes until I started pressing buttons, and then you can have this really cool toggle style. So pretty unique design the way they set it up. So as far as normal driving goes, the seats are pretty comfortable. They're large enough where they cradle my legs well. You have a really good view around with great visibility, no complaints for any of that. And then one thing I like being a Volkswagen, being a German car, the build quality is pretty good. While it's not quite the Audi, I did compare this to an Audi Q5, which is kind of the big version of this as far as luxury and things like that on the same platform. But this feels really nice. It feels like a solid vehicle to drive. And getting up and going, that is pedal to the floor. My one complaint, I think 200 horsepower is a little not enough. Now, when we play with the drive modes, that was sport mode too. At least in sport mode, it does let the throttle response stay a lot sharper, but I don't know, there still is quite a bit of a delay that I'm not exactly a big fan of. So I wouldn't mind, honestly, a little bit more pep to the step, even in sport mode versus comfort mode. You know, it just needs a little bit more power to really get going with high-speed traffic. Normal driving, most of the time it's perfectly fine. Just when you're merging with high-speed traffic, you kind of got to plan those gaps a little better that I don't like to have to do. Other than that though, it drives really good. The steering feel is nice. It's very smooth to drive. The suspension is absorbing bumps really well as well. And when you take some sweeping turns going 50, I mean, it's a smooth to drive car. I noticed on the highway at high speeds, there's a little bit of a wobbly feeling to it. Like maybe the wind just kind of pushes it around a little bit. While in the Audi version, which weighs more and is more premium, it's a lot more solid. But when you compare this to the cars at its price tag, you know, it's pretty comparable as far as the ride quality and driving goes. But I feel like you really get a fantastic interior. The layout looks great. The materials look great. The exterior looks awesome as well. So it's a really good blend of, it looks like a luxury car. It looks super cool, doesn't break the bank, and it drives kind of the way you would expect it. Just a nice, smooth, overall normal car with no major complaints aside from a little bit extra power. Wouldn't be a bad thing. The screen, pretty easy to use given there are massive tiles. You're not really going to use much of the stuff on the screen. I don't really care that much about modern technology in cars. I feel like everything has too much stuff in it, quite honestly. But at least when you're using while driving, while it's that tablet style, which not everyone likes, it is very easy to see what you're needing to do without taking your eyes off the road. So you're able to view things and you can still see around. So it's a good style, I would say, overall, with no real complaints. Aside from climate control, you have to tap that every single time to do fan speed. I'd rather this volume dial be the fan speed. That just makes more sense since we have it on the steering wheel and down here. I don't really need a third way to do the volume. I'd rather have one way to do the climate air vents. So that's my only complaint. Other than that though, from a driver's perspective though, it's roomy, it's comfortable, you have good storage all throughout it. My giant water bottle I can even fit in the center here. So it seems to be a very useful car overall.